Welcome to this quick automation tutorial for webinars. Today we're going to take a look at how you connect Zapier, the automation platform, and build a super simple workflow to connect it with Univid's webinar platform. Get registrants from a registration form in Univid directly into Zapier, so you can, let's say, build an entry in a table. I'll start on your organization page in Univid. Here you can see all of the webinars that you've created, but you can also create new ones, and feel free to create an account and try this if you haven't already. Let's set the title of our webinar, and I'll use a template to get the graphics nice for this one, and then I'll just create the webinar. We can then see that we have our webinar set up, and that's basically all we have to do. If we go into this info section here, we could add some agenda and info, and this will lay the foundation of our registration page as well. So as we can see, we already have a registration page configured for us, and we can edit the form if we'd like, but I'll stay with the first name, last name, and email input form fields, and I'll log out to kind of preview what the registration page looks like. I'll now jump into Zapier, as I already have my webinar set up in Univid. I'll now create a new Zap, and this is where I'll also make the kind of authentication and connection the first time. In this case, the trigger will be a signed up attendee, so essentially a registrant in the form in Univid, as we'll use the Univid registration forms for this one. Here we can see that Univid has an app, and we can simply select that one. We can choose the trigger event, the new webinar registrant. Okay, let's now connect the two systems. So we'll connect a new Univid account here in Zapier. We'll get a pop-up here where we can select the organization. You probably just have one. We can refresh the page, and we can then see that we have the correct organization that we connected to. Continue with this one, and we can now test the trigger and see that we have a record that we get here, and we can now continue with the next step. For this one, we'll just add it to a simple, like the new registrant, to a simple table in Zapier. So let's go ahead with that and create a record in the table, and we can then create a new table for this. Open it up in the tables section, and we can just add the fields that we would like. First name, all right. So then we can also rename this table the title of the webinar. Okay, we can now see that we have first name, last name, and email as input fields for each entry in the table, and we can then connect this to the data we'll get from Univid. So we'll just map these fields accordingly, and we'll also get a bunch of nice other data. These are all things we can, like we can input the webinar ID if we just want like a big table containing all of our webinar info, and then we can publish this. We'll finally just rename this. Zap is live, so we can go back now and just see that everything works. This will actually collect all of the registrants from all our webinars in our account. So it will be pretty powerful in that sense. We can fill our details in here and test to register for the session. If we now go into the Zap, we could double check that it has been run. This is something we can check in the run history here. So I tested signing up twice here, so we can see that this has been run, and also go into our table to confirm things. And here we can see that the first name, last name, and email has indeed been registered in the table. Basically that's it. Now we have an automated webinar flow for our session, and we could receive like webhooks also when someone asks questions. So let's say someone writes in the chat or in the Q&A. Maybe presses the call to action or attends or watch the replay. Yeah, you can get a lot of nice data points. Yeah, that's essentially it. If you want to check the Univid and Zapier integration out, feel free to either try it out yourself. You could just create an account on the website, or you could book a demo, and I'm happy to go through it, or someone from our team. So you'll have a lot of nice data, and you could also use obviously your own forms and register people to Univid too, if you prefer that, and work with this in a very powerful way to automate your webinars. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.